This month marks Native American Heritage Month, and tonight we're taking a look back at our local history.
Yeah, it was around this time 53 years ago that American Indians took control of Alcatraz Island and proclaimed it as their own. Our Cron 4's Sogomonian met with one of the leaders of the occupation.
More than 1.4 million people visit an island in the center of the San Francisco Bay each year. Alcatraz is best known for the country's most feared federal penitentiary, where the worst of the worst were locked up. But in 1963, the prison was shut down and served no purpose for years. Then in 1969, a group set forth to claim the 22 acres and draw attention to the genocide committed against all Native Americans by establishing a cultural center at the site. Their live-in protest gained national attention. Today, Dr. Leneda Warjack, who led the occupation alongside Richard Oakes, is heading back to the island to instead lead a tour. As the boat approaches Alcatraz, traces of their decades-old demonstration come into view. Red paint at the front entrance reads, Indian Land.
It was exciting. We wanted to do something to help our people in fighting for treaty rights and enforcement of our treaties. Is the only thing that we could do that was positive in the right direction.
Warjack explained the occupiers were guided by the understanding that federal surplus property reverts back to Native Americans if they claim it. So for the next year and a half, about 400 natives from far and wide used the abandoned prison as a home. They went by the name Indians of all tribes. Everyone cooked, cleaned, and took care of their kids. Meanwhile, Warjack, Oakes, and their spokesperson, John Trudell, addressed the media and tried to establish talks with the U.S. government. She says a negotiator refused to do so, saying that they were too young and militant, which the group denied, given their peaceful approach. But not all American Indians backed the occupation. A letter expressing opposition was written to the president by members of the local Ohlone tribe, who never received a federally recognized reservation. It read in part, those who are squatting on this rock are mainly from other states. If the United States is ready to deed this land to anyone, we claim that right. We will immediately restore it as a natural wildlife sanctuary and a way station for all people navigating the bay.
We can't help but be who we are, and this was the place that we wanted to occupy, and it had international press. So the media is really important for us. We live or die by the press. And we didn't have any, we never had any acknowledgement for anything that we ever fought for, and people were dying.
Although the occupiers were eventually forced out by federal agents in 1971, Warjack credits the protest for other forms of progress for indigenous people. And today, tourists who flock to the rock can learn more about Native strife in a temporary exhibit titled Red Power. It pales in comparison to the grand vision Warjack and her supporters had. So 53 years later, Warjack continues that mission. She wrote to Deb Haaland, the first Native U.S. Interior Secretary, requesting a permanent American Indian Museum, education, and cultural center on the island. Reporting from Alcatraz, I'm Sogomonian.